Good afternoon. My name is Amos Tarfa, and I'm here today to encourage you on a few things. As we look at the state of affairs of the world, or wherever we find ourselves, we see more and more that a lot of things the Bible talks about the days will come when men will know, or when people will not be able to endure sound doctrine, where people would have itching ears to hear things that just make them happy, and so on and so forth. We begin to realize that some of those issues are happening today. And I just want to take a few minutes to encourage you to make sure that you're diligent like the Bereans, that you're reading the scriptures for yourself, that you're studying and seeing what God's word says about how to live. Because, my friends, I think we're seeing things that have never happen now. I mean, we're living a day and time where people don't even know what a human life is worth, or what the point of life is. And so people are almost treated as animals in a sense, and in some cases not even treated as living things at all. My heart breaks for the state of affairs, and I know yours might as well. I mean, if you follow God's word and follow Jesus Christ, your heart breaks for what you're seeing. And so I'm just thinking through these days about what can we do, and definitely being in God's word and being in prayer and being in fellowship with other people who have a heart for the things of Christ is definitely a place to start. And I want to encourage you to make sure that you're doing that. I don't know what Bible reading plan you're using. I don't know, what fellowship you're a part of, but I just want to encourage you to make sure that you make that a priority. By God's grace, I'm doing a study through the kings and the prophets. I'm trying to study the prophets to see how they related to the kings that lived during the time they were prophesying. And that's just one example of something you could do, starting from Isaiah and then Jeremiah. But while you're reading those, you also go back and read about the kings that are talked about in those books. So that's something that, you can email if you have questions about. But I just want to encourage you to take time to do a study, and as you study the scriptures, to just pray about the situation. Part of why I'm studying the prophets is because, you see, when we repeat the mistakes of the past, we face consequences. And so, my friends, where we're at now, especially as a nation in America, where we've forgotten what life is about in many areas, when we've come to, these things have happened before. And they did not have very good consequences. I mean, the consequences were not good. So what are we going to do? What steps are we going to take to do that which is right? My friends, time is short. And I just hope that we'll make time to get in the word, to get in prayer, to be an encouragement to other people. And I'll leave you with a prayer that Paul prayed at the end of one of his letters. Paul had, several epistles that he wrote, and at the end of each of them, and also Peter's epistles, there was just wonderful things that the prayers were just amazing and a blessing to the people he was writing to, but also to us. And so I'm going to leave you with the one from Romans 16, but this is another study you could do of just going through the epistles and seeing the different things you can learn about the end of the age and the end of time. And he says in Romans 16 verse 25, "Now to him that is of power to establish you according to my gospel, the gospel that Jesus came and died for our sins, so that in him we have life, and the preaching of Jesus Christ, according to the revelation of the mystery which was kept secret since the world began, but who is made manifest, and by the scriptures of the prophets, according to the commandment of the everlasting God, made known to all nations for the obedience of faith. To God only wise be glory through Jesus Christ forever." My friends, our only hope is in Jesus Christ. And I hope that you take time to keep digging in his word and to encourage others to do the same, because there is no other way by which man can be saved except through that which Jesus has done. God bless you, and I pray that we will stand fast in the truth of his word. Thank you.